Hello y'all. Today I've got a surprise. My son is actually the one that suggested this video, and I'm so glad he did because I think he did so good. I just showed him my process of drawing faces as of lately, and it is ever changing. My methods and ways I do things. Everybody learns and grows. Should be. Anywho, this is the face that I showed him or did with him, and look at his. Is that not freaking fabtabulous? He did so good. Anywho, if you want to watch our process, then just keep watching. Thank you. Good morning. Ooh, who's that? Who is that?
That is Kyle, her son. That does not have any artistic ability.
Oh, yes, he does. Anyway, this is my son Kyle, 16-year-old, just turned 16, and I'm going to be showing him how to draw a face, and if I have any luck, I'll talk him into doing a watercolor too. So
oh my lord.
We shall see. So grab a pencil, some paper, and come along with this. But I'm going to show you, I got this, it's a practice paper, so this isn't the best quality. Hold on, let me get this phone. This isn't the best quality watercolor paper, but we're going to play on it. This is a Strathmore 200 series, 9 by 12 is what we're going to be using. And I just got these black wing pencils. I'm going to use those too. Okay. Anywho, first thing we're going to do is let's draw a circle about the top. I'm going to show you first.
Yeah.
I need to mute this, don't I? We're going to do a circle around the top part of the page, just kind of lightly. You don't have to do it too hard, too good. Go for it. Just look, hold your pencil way back and kind of do a loose, big circle. Don't press hard.
Oh my lord.
It takes some warming up kind of to get you watch out.
How's my circle look?
Going. It's awesome. Okay.
Awful.
Look, split it down the middle with a line.
Okay, split it down
Just a real super light line. You can drag it on down a little bit if you want. Okay. Let's drag it on down a little bit. Keep sliding that. Let's see. Then we're going to take wherever you see how you got some of these circles are wider. Decide which one. With this, because your line's right here, you might want to split it right here. You see that? So we're going to draw a line here and a line here. And you guys, this is kind of how I've been doing my faces lately. I've got another video on how I draw faces, and this is just the way I've been doing it recently. Make sure they're kind of level across here. I mean, you know, just kind of eyeball it, and if it's not, just drag it on down. Now you want to come from this middle point up.
Just the line?
And then this middle point up to that one. Oh, it looks like an alien. Very good. Alrighty, then we're going to curve this. We're going to curve these right here.
How do you do that?
You can turn your paper if you need to.
Okay.
And then curve this one.
Is that the chin, I'm guessing?
Yeah, that is the chin. See, I got a square head.
Mine looks like it's...
Yours is looking good. Let's see. It's kind of hard to tell when you're not, when it's not tilted, so you can see it straight on, and your what do you call that? It's a little distorted when you're, so you can pick it up and kind of, now we want to come in and just adjust this with a heavier line, fix it, like pick it up, and then if it looks a little, if this line's higher than the other, then this is where you would fix it. Yours actually looks really good. I got a fat head.
Does that look okay?
It looks wonderful. Now,
this is more pointy than...
You want to take like this top circle. Should we do the top circle and split it in half? Yeah, a little lower than a half.
So like right here?
Yeah, because that's where your eye line's going to be. I like mine to sit a little low. There you go. And then between here and the chin, you want to cut that in half. So just, you can kind of draw a little line right there. Just where your nose is going to be there. So you cut from here to here in half, right here. Yep, kind of make a short dark line. And then now cut this one in half with another little line. And I like big eyeballs. Now you can do little ones if you want. So I'm going to look at this line here and I'm going to just put a little dot.
A little dot?
Yep. That's how far you, not that big, but that's okay. Because you don't, you know. Alright, so the distance from here to here, you want to do the same, put a dot on this side. And then your eyeball, I'm going to do a big one. So I'm going to do from here to here, make one, however far over, and then do the same on this side.
Does that look even?
Yeah,
that
looks very good. So now with this part you can make a slant. Now you can make this kind of straight up and down or angle it in, but whatever you want to kind of mirror it on the other side.
Is that too far of a slant?
Nope. You can do it as big or as little. Now you want to connect this to this dot. The top of that line and arch it over. Just kind of arch over from the top of this line to your dot. That's fine. You can do light little line. We should have not had this up here, huh? It's aggravating.
Just get hard on it. Something like that.
Nope, that's fine. However,
Oof.
I'm going to do this side too. Mine sometimes I have to adjust because when you look at them, you have to kind of pick it up and see. Alrighty then. So now I'm going to do like a moon, a C, like a piece of a C. And kind of make it round because this is your pupil. It takes some getting used to doing those. Now the distance from this line and this, you kind of want to do about the same here, so your eye placement, and this is where it gets a little funky for me even. Cool. Now you want to just kind of close it up. This, I haven't been doing, you can do a whole, you know what? You can do a whole circle if you want to kind of get a line to see where it needs to go if you want. Or you can just do little bits, close that eye up. If it's easier for you to draw a circle, if it's easier for you to do some little quick rapid circles and then just erase
She looks
this
like
part.
she's, or he is looking that way.
Yeah, it looks good. That's fine. Now we're going to do the same thing on the inside part, just on the left side though.
Okay.
And then I almost like take it from halfway up and make a triangle part. I don't like literally do this every time, but it's the best way I know how to
Teach.
tell you what I kind of think in my mind. And then I color that in.
And color
So you
this
have
in.
almost like a triangle area here, because you're going to have some shading. And then kind of make that pupil stand out a little bit. Where you got like a half moon, a quarter of a moon, half of a half moon.
Alright.
Okay, so kind of
Does that
color
look
that
okay?
quarter in, yeah, a little bit darker even.
Alright.
Very good. Now this part we're going to do like a little bit of a V shape right here on that line. And then you can kind of round it off like we did these jaw lines once you get it done. That's just a little tip of your nose. Cool. Now right up here at the top of this line, you want to do another little U shapes in there. Moon shapes. Very good. Cool. Now I usually just kind of color those in just a little bit.
The U, you mean?
Just little, whatever it's. Good call. You're doing good. Now up here, I'm jumping all around on her. Just make a little bit of an eyelid. And I usually do that kind of light, nothing too dark. It's not your eye, hold. This is super close in. That's not your eyebrows. It's an eyelid. So just kind of take that off a little bit.
Are we gonna paint over that?
Yep. But it's gonna be watercolor, so you'll see all your lines under it, which is okay.
So like that.
Well, it kind of hugs the eye. If you look at my eyelids, you see how this crease here just kind of, that's what we're drawing. You having fun yet?
So like that.
Yep. Now do the other one. Isn't it fun? He wants to draw with Mama. Alrighty.
Alright.
And then up here, you can make these real expressive. I kind of have been doing these little angle ones where you kind of go up and down, up and down, and then you thicken this part of it. Again, more triangles right here, and then just a. Does that make sense to you?
Lord, that looks too hard.
Just start right above this little piece right here.
Okay. Make 2 little lines.
If you want. And then go kind of up and down. Just a little mountain ridge. Up and down. Very good. Very good. Only thing is you got to match it on the other side. It don't have to be matchy-matchy.
She could be making a face.
Yep, and she could be winking at you.
Yeah.
With both eyes open. Yep, just kind of go up and down. Yep, we don't have to be perfect. No, not. Very good. Oh, that's awesome. That's looking good, Kyle. Oh, snap. Okay, then I'm going to do another little V. Oh, it's fine. You can erase a little bit off if you need to.
I need to come here and up like that. Right?
That's fine. Alrighty, then we're going to do a V about halfway. About halfway between here and this line.
Another U?
Yep, like a U, V shape. Closer to a V. We call that Cupid's bow. He's got some luscious lips over there.
Oh, these are lips.
What'd you think goes there?
Yeah. I didn't know what it was.
Dude, we're drawing a face. Was that his ear?
Yeah, that was his ear.
Alright, so...
Is that too big of one?
No, whatever suits your fancy. Whatever floats your goat. They used to say float your goat. Okay, then we're just going to make like an M shape, really. Kind of spread it out. You can do these as wide or as skinny as you want. Alright, now what I usually do here is just kind of give it a little up curl. Like you can go a little out there. And this is a bit exaggerated because I smoothed these out. Then you kind of round off all those little sharp edges, you know what I mean? That makes sense?
Yeah.
You're doing freaking fantabulous. Alright. Then here I'm just going to draw a shorter line right here in the middle. And then I go down and up. That's how I get them kind of pouty. And up. Down and up. And I always do a little scribbly bit in the corners because I shade that later.
How?
It's kind of dark right here. You see how you got almost like a dimply piece?
So like that.
Yep. And then just a short line, just to kind of insinuate a bottom lip. And this chick has no chin. I should have raised it up a little bit. We can always fix that. Yours is alright. Mine's all wonky. I'm just gonna have a... Okay.
This is my first ever face, like, really trying.
Yeah, you did good.
Oh, backwards.
Yeah, this face is all wonky now. I gotta fix it. I must say, these erasers on these pencils don't excite me much. Because on this paper or in the Dilutions journal that I love, it doesn't erase very good. That, or it's just the lid is so, could just be that the lid's kind of darker. Because this isn't even removing it that good. Okay, it's the lid. Lid's a little darker. Alright, so you can do the same thing. Try to take some of these
Lines of.
Yep. Just clean it up just a little bit now. Don't have to take them all out.
What, do you color it later?
And I actually think some of these lines left, I kind of like the look it gives.
Y'all, when I edit this, these videos,
Yep, he's my editor.
I can't focus on the editing part for watching her do her art.
Aw. That's good, baby. Now you're going to be watching
like,
you
so
create. It's funny, mine looks more feminine. Well, yours has, your lips look more feminine. Okay, cool. You want to bring your chin down a little bit? Because I think I did that. I messed you up because I should have had us put the lips up a little higher.
Okay, so bring it down like that.
Here, if you do a line down here first and then meet it, you're more apt to get it
Should like that.
even. No, just kind of right like that.
Okay.
And then kind of regroup. You know what I mean?
So sort of. I'll come down a little bit.
Do long, like. Okay. Now you can erase some of that. This one, I don't know. Eraser on that pencil. Like I said, I think it's more so the. That's good.
Just got
Look
more
better.
of a square chin.
You can round it off a little bit. Turn your paper if you need to. I do better pulling towards me with my lines than going away. So if you do,
Really?
just.
Really?
Do you do better pushing away? Don't know.
I don't know yet.
And I like super skinny necks. Sometimes I kind of.
That looks more like a man's chin.
Yep. The lips are a little small for that big of a face. You might want to flatten this M out and then come up. That might look a little more, a better proportion. You know what I mean? Because usually your mouth comes, look here. Your mouth kind of comes, is like a little bit, if you look at your eye right here and come down, that's about how wide the mouth is. But you can do it like wings and not. Oh, cool. That looks better, don't it?
He looks like he's got a swollen lip over here and a perfectly good lip over here.
Well, you can drag this line out and make it not so big if you don't want to have a swollen lip. He got stung by a bee.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle runs from bees.
I hate bees.
Now, I like skinny faces, but if yours, a skinny neck rather, if yours is a man, you might want a wider neck. But I like, just to come down and swerve out a little bit.
Yeah, it is better pulling teeth.
Yeah. So you get a smoother, more natural line. And this sometimes I even have to play with. I don't know, I like those long, exaggerated, crooked necks. And I almost never get that like I like it the first time. Cool, I like. Now, should we... Okay.
Man's hair or woman's hair?
That's going to be totally up to you. Now, where on my smudge that... I don't know where my... Here's one. Here's another one.
I actually thought I was going to be more like a stick figure guy.
This may already have some graphite on the end of it, so you have to be aware of that, okay? Now what I'm going to do first, now we're going to give it some dimension. My nose is all wonky. Yep. Anywho, I usually will start out with the eyes and just kind of shade this. You see, wait a minute, let me show you. You see how this is your pupil's a whole half circle? That's when I add that part in.
Okay.
But I just use that graphite that's on there to kind of do it, you know what I mean? I'm learning to leave some parts kind of undone and let the shadows and the shading kind of take care of it.
Is that good?
Oh, very good. And now do the rest of it. But you know what? If you take your pencil, and I've been doing this too, just by observing other people's art, and kind of erase that bottom line.
It does look better, doesn't it?
It does. It's not so perfect matchy-matchy. Just kind of go across that bottom line. This lead, I think, is just harder to remove. I don't think it's so much that eraser. Cool. Now go ahead and shadow in the other one too. We'll do it the same way. Kind of do your half circle. Ooh, mine's all marked up. That's okay. Very good. Now we're going to do the rest of it, but look, I'm only going to go just beneath. You see, I'll leave that part that we erased.
Yeah.
Leave it out. And do that on both
It's
sides.
kind of like coloring, but with...
It is. You're just dragging that graphite around. Oh, you already got that side. That's good. So we'll go ahead and do both of these kind of like that. You see that?
Oh my god, yours looks so much better.
Oh, yours looks good. Looks good. Just kind of drag it down and leave that white part exposed.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. You do it on both sides because you're making the whole pupil. And you can put some pressure behind it. You see, I like to go back, that's yours, but it doesn't matter. I like to go back in with a little bit darker right here in that little teeny triangle part and then drag it out some more. Lately I've been shading them that way and it just, they look really cute. You see how that looks so good? I'll just drag it across the whole top of the eye. Like that. Very good. And do both of them.
Right here's the triangle, right?
Yep, just a skinny one right through here. Triangles and circles. A bunch of basic shapes.
Is it in V's and U's?
V's and U's. Pieces of circles and triangles. That looks really good, Kyle. We might have to frame these, huh? Okay, now, don't worry about going outside the line there. Look, because we're going to take this line now and completely smudge it all the way on the outside. This part here is a little bit more difficult to explain. I'm gonna have to show you what I'm gonna do, okay?
Okay.
Let's clean up a little bit more of this so we don't drag that where we don't need it, you know what I mean? There. Now, with this part, I usually will, let's just go ahead to the nose and then I'll show you where I'm going with that. On the nose part, I just take a little bit of that graphite and do another U shape, but nothing too drastic like I just did.
So like that.
Yep, make it a little bit thicker. And then we're going to just kind of smudge these little pieces here out. The little nostril pieces. And then this part, this is going to be funky. I always get this part right here on this side really good. Just do a little C shape with your hand. And then you got to do a backwards C on the other one. Or like a L. You can also do more of an L shape if you don't want the nose to be so curled in. You know what I mean? Oh, very good. Okay.
Oh my god, your nose looks so much better.
From this eyebrow to this is kind of where I'm trying to think of the best way. That's the only way I know to explain it. From this eyebrow to this, kind of do a line and then meet. And then I start filling in. Very good. You can just kind of do a light line there, give you a guide, you know what I mean? Like from here to there.
Like from where?
From this tip to the
like that.
Eyebrow. Very good. Yep. And if you go inside that line, you can just kind of erase some of that off later or leave it. Some people. Okay. So now, let's see. You really got like a little bit of a triangle shape right here too. Gosh, this is hard to explain. It's easier just to show you what to do. So you got this little piece right here that we're gonna kind of start drawing the underside of this eye. Almost, well, you could just go ahead and do a U shape here, but a real flat U. There you go. Now, see, we kind of filled this part in. Now we're going to do another one, like shade this area in. This is just the way I shade. Now, that doesn't mean that it's right, or really need a photo reference if you want it dead on. But this is how I do them if I don't. Very good. So you can kind of blend that out and soften it as you go, so it's not a real harsh line. So do that. Just kind of smooth it a little bit. Just a lighter hand.
Right.
Very good. Now we're going to darken this area right here. And a lot of times if you look at people, you got like shade right here, but it's light right through here. So we're just going to leave a little bit of this open. So you can do like an oblong circle like that if you want. Like this. Okay. And then shade around it. And you think you're going to remember all this for the other side? And then we can darken in the eyebrow too. And I kind of go straight up. Oh, That's a bummer. These things cut off. I think after 25 minutes it times out or something. I don't know. I wish it would beep or something. But anywho, I don't know where that stopped at, y'all. So we're just going to keep on getting it. Now the next shading part is if you kind of go from the nose and do another triangle. Now it can be smaller. Like, you see that?
No.
If you just say if you went straight over towards the nose and then down, and then kind of cut that in half.
Like
Also,
that.
you know what else you can do is imagine or do a little bit of a circle here and then kind of shade in around it. You know what I mean? Because you want that cheeky look. Does that make sense? I usually kind of just do a triangle kind of out.
Does that look okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep, looks good. Now we're going to do the mouth and then you'll be done with one side. So with the lips, I just totally darken in the top lip. I pull all that graphite in that I can and darken it in. And even on the little corners here, I just do a little squiggly.
How do you
I hate
have the
that
patience?
video.
I said, how do you have the patience?
For what?
Just
I usually do this a whole lot faster. But I do this every morning, so. Ooh, pretty curve.
okay.
You're doing so good. Okay, then I'm going to do this bottom one. Now look, I'm just going to do like a line on the edges. And watch how I do this. Now you can do it however, but I usually want a little bit, you can do another oval in here, might be the best way to tell you how to do it. And leave that oval lighter. You can make these lips wider or thin, like a big, short, pouty lip. And then if you cover up too much of that white, you can always just erase it out. And I always, once I'm done with all this, go back over it with pencil and darken in some areas that have been lightened. And then add some more graphite to darken it in. So you can add this, make it darker.
No.
Yeah, that looks good. You can darken a little bit more right here.
How do you do that? You just press really hard?
Mm-hmm. Or add more of this and then smudge it some more if you need to. Mm-hmm.
And it's more of an oval shape?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just kind of like a highlight where I love yours, Kyle. It looks so good. Okay, on this part we're just going to do a little bit of a shadow like right here. Just drag a little bit. But now it usually goes from the middle of the nose out to the tops of your lips.
Yeah.
On both sides.
So kind of like that.
You see? Mm-hmm. And then you can actually put just a little upside down. You right there just to kind of insinuate a chin. And for the neck, I usually have my sun coming from this side, although it looks more straight on, but I still shape this neck like it's, look, I'll do like another triangle in here, but then just kind of curve it over. I love pencil. And a little bit down the other side too. My dog's outside barking. You might can hear her. Little Chihuahua barks all the time. And the pit bull, you rarely hear her. If you hear her, it's like, you better look. Cool. Let me see. Good deal. Go ahead and carry it all the way over. Or you don't have to. That looks so good. You're not very talkative, huh? You're focused.
I'm focused.
Focus, grasshopper. Those chairs squeaks. Okay, now we just got to do the rest the same way. You got to remember how you did that. So starting with the eye, just smudge. This side is better. Oh, remember from here to your nose. If you want to do a light line. You don't have to do it that way, but I think it looks good. Just do a light one to kind of give you a guideline. You hot? It's warm in this room. What you got?
Just focus.
I think I like that. Now, if you don't like something, I think I like it a little bit bigger. Oh, baby, you're doing good. You're doing really good.
Why is that? There's a way smaller triangle here than there.
That's okay. Do a circle and then erase some of it out. See where you got your circle right here?
What?
And then you can just take some of it out if you want. I kind of like leaving those little circles showing sometimes. Just take some of it out if it's... See, it makes them look more whimsy.
You go all the way around the circle?
Yeah, for the most part. I guess so. And then some of these lines that are kind of harsh looking, you just kind of lighten up on your pressure as you're pulling away from it, and it kind of takes some of that hard line away. Cool. And one thing I do too is just kind of shade those two.
You kind of shade what?
The eyebrows.
Yes.
Kind of make it look flowy. Now, yours is beginning to look more like a woman now. Well, I think the lips though. Don't you think? You did good. You want to bring this triangle down a little bit more on that side?
Something's wrong right here. I don't like it.
Just erase some of it out then.
Or
See how?
add more on this side. I don't know.
I like this side better. So just take some of that away like it is there. You did really good. I'm gonna have to keep this. You're gonna have to sign it. And you see how this one's a little darker right through here? It's just my OCD. Now, what kind of hair you want to do?
Spiky.
Oh, that's loud. Spiky.
I don't know.
I don't do spiky.
You don't do spiky. We can do wavy then. We can do wavy.
I mean, I've never tried spiky, and I don't think she looks like a spiky girl. I'll just show you my little basic, and I hold my pencil far away. I don't like get up on it. You kind of hold it far away, and I tend to part my hair to the right because I pull to the right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if you start up over here over this left eye, and I start higher, well, let's see.
You're confusing me. You're moving your pencil down and you say higher.
Okay, if you start right up on that little line from the circle we did, and go up, and then just, wait a minute, you need to look. Just go up and drag it right. You need to have a point of where you're going to land.
Where's my point?
Yep, you want to wavy it over till right here. I like mine to come right about there. She's got a big wavy hair. And then I'll trace over it again and again, kind of make it look like I did that on purpose. Cool. And then over here, you can do it the same, you know, kind of have a ending point in a similar spot. You don't have to.
Off the face with the hair.
That's fine. Leave it like that. Oh, I like that. You need to leave that. That looks really good. And once I kind of get that done, then I'll come in and erase this part of the head that's not going to be seen because of the hair. We did all that, but it's okay. There, you can use that if it's any quicker for you. Baby, that looks so good. I can't wait. Okay. Now, because the hair is going to go out of frame here, because she's going to have a bigger hair, let's see what we need to do. I would normally have it kind of go up and over. This is where you just got to kind of play where you want it to, how big or flat you want the hair. Yep, and see, yours looks like a bang here, like a long bang. That looks good. But mine, I'm going to make it kind of flow on to the side there.
Should I do that too?
It's up to you.
Oh my goodness.
Here. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Now I'm just going to make this look like a little curly piece, like it's...
Well, she's got some straight hair, don't she?
That's fine.
And then curl up like that.
Yep. Very good. She's got a loopy wave over there, don't she? I think this one needs to come in a little more. Or it's kind of covering that part of her face on mine. Whoops.
I should have come more straight down with the...
You can fix it if you want. See, I wanted this little covering her face there. That looks better to me.
Yeah.
You like that better?
A little bit better. Do erase this part.
You want to just draw it in? We can do paint another day.
Yeah, let's do that, because this video is going to end up being 2 hours long.
Okay.
So, to be continued.
Yeah. Now my next... Now what I would do next is just a bunch of scribbly. I mean, this is just to darken this in. So you just follow along this line. because your hairline underneath here is a little darker, and I don't go all the way. You just get it darker closer to the head. You know what I mean?
Like that?
Wherever the hair's kind of shadowing her. Yep. And then on this side, we're going to do the same way. I'm going to turn mine though. So you just kind of follow the neck.
Just like that.
Yep. And get kind of bigger, fatter, looser lines as you go out. This is kind of shading. Now, do a little bit more of those, but wider strips. You see how you got them all tight?
Like that.
Just loosen them and come out. Because now we're just going to
too
shade.
far, ain't it?
No, it's okay. Now we're going to shade this part. That's all we wanted those lines there for, was to put down some graphite on the paper. Yeah. And I don't mind the squiggliness of it all. I rather like the imperfect. I'm learning. I'm still learning to let go, loosen up. And the more I do, the more I love it. I should do one of these with my hubby too, huh?
Yes.
That would be a hoot. I'm gonna have to ask him. There.
And ask the YouTube family if they would want to see that.
Yeah, if y'all would like to see my hubby do the same thing as Kyle, and I really don't know if my oldest son would do this, but I can ask him. We can see what he would think too. He might. Elliot might, huh?
He would not. He doesn't like to be on camera though.
Well, he wouldn't be. I don't know. I'm just darkening in some around this hairline.
Mine looks like a...
No, now take this part and shade it. Like this is going to be super dark right here, and then just blend it out. And you can use your finger too to smudge some of those lines. And I think that will be it, don't you? The last thing I would do if I were still working on this is just to go back over some of these lines and bring them back. And then if they still look a little too prominent, then I would smudge it out again, kind of blend it out, but add some to bring some of these back out. I'll just put a few lines in all this. It's just been my process lately, and it's ever changing, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Very good, Kyle. You did good. So now let's put them here.
Alright.
Cool beans.
Mom's versus mine. You want to hold them up?
He did really
up.
good. Well,
Can you
this
see yours?
thing's in the way. There you go. He did super. You did good.
Your eyes look so much better though.
Yours looks super good.
Anywho.
What y'all think? How did he do? Give a thumbs up.
Yeah, comment down below how I
Give a
did.
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, guys.
Bye.